Hello everyone, I'm Henrywildeberry, and on today's video I am going to be introducing you to a multi-part series of videos that I will be creating documenting the process of building a custom bicycle. Now I'm going to be working closely with John Fitzgerald of Fitz Cycles in Santa Rosa. He's the craftsman that's going to be building my bike for me. So what I'm going to do in this next series of videos is I'm going to take you through the process of what it's like to have a custom frame made specifically for you, well, for me in this case. I'm going to be talking about all the component choices, the geometry, and all the various features of the bike. I'm going to explain why I'm choosing certain things, and I'll even try to give you a little bit of background along the way to help you understand why I'm choosing things that I am, why I'm choosing the things that I'm choosing. If you're like me, you've probably been wondering what the process is like to go through and have a custom frame built, one that's built specifically for you. Now, for a very long time, this is something I've been wanting to do, and now is the time. So I'm going to give you the quick backstory on how I met John. John and I met randomly, actually, at the Arroyo, California. It was a 2-day event. So I have 2 videos. I'll put a card up here if you're interested in checking that out. And it turns out that John has a shop in Sonoma County, which is where I live. And it couldn't be more convenient. I had considered working or contacting Mitch prior at Map Cycles, and I had considered actually ordering a bike from someplace out of state. But that's difficult when you're doing a custom frame build because you really want to work with someone closely. So the very first thing I did was John sent me a fit form, basically to check measurements, to measure myself up, to make sure he had the exact lengths and specific dimensions of myself and of the types of bikes that I've been riding. And then I also put in the descriptions of these different categories, what I was looking for in the bike, what I wanted it to do, what I was going to ride it, what kind of conditions I was going to ride it in, just those basic kind of riding, the style of riding I was looking to achieve with this new custom build. So this whole series of videos, we're going to go through these individual parts and pieces of the bike, so that way you can either relate to that or you can decide that that is not the type of riding you like to do. So this is really to try to help everyone out there who might be interested in going down the custom bike avenue. So the bike I'm going to be building with John is actually going to be as close to a sort of multi-purpose bike that can do a lot of things really well, but can't do everything perfectly. I have a very specific set of parameters that I would like to achieve with this bike. And I've looked around, I've looked at lots of the different off-the-shelf models that are out there. I've looked at older bikes, I've looked at buying used parts and modifying them. So I have really done a lot of research and thinking before I made this decision. And what I've realized is that no matter which way you go, there will be some sort of compromise. But I'm hoping with the custom build that this will get as close to the ideal bike that I'm trying to achieve with this build. And assuming all goes well, I will also be racing this bike at the next year's Grasshopper Adventure Series, which I believe starts sometime in January or February. If I don't make the first race with this bike, I will definitely be racing it at some point during the season. So if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about what the Grasshopper Adventure races are, I'll post a card up here. It's a fun series. It's an all-road kind of mixed terrain, I guess would be the right word. It's sort of a mixed terrain. They're not official races, but they are timed and you are ranked. So yeah, it is that. So I don't know what you want to call it, but you don't get upgrade points and you don't have to race it. These are really adventure rides, but they're definitely competitive. So I'm going to keep this video series in a separate playlist, which you'll find on my channel somewhere. If you go to my main page, you'll see the playlist that I have. I'll keep it there. There's a whole lot of stuff to talk about and I don't want to spoil it yet. So check back, and alright, well that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and if you want notifications, obviously you can hit the subscribe button and they'll send you a notification when I upload a new video. Alright, well have a nice evening.